The Cobblemon team is dropping the 1.6 update soon, called the Record Catch update. This update is packed with a whole lot of new features, including structures, mechanics, items, and even more Pokemon. Let's dive into everything we know about it so far. First up, one of the most exciting additions is the brand new Pokedex. It records every Pokemon you register or catch and provides detailed information. To register a Pokemon, you simply hold right-click while looking at it. But this doesn't give you all the information on the Pokemon, so you will have to catch it to see all of its information. Catching a Pokemon gives you access to its entry, abilities, height and weight, base stats, item drops, animations, and cries. To craft the Pokedex, you'll need 4 iron ingots, 2 copper ingots, 2 apricorns, and one of either glow squid ink, glowstone, blaze powder, shiny powder, or redstone. The color of your Pokedex depends on the apricorns you use. Personally, I like the black version. While the Pokedex already gives a lot of information, I do wish it included spawn locations and evolution methods like the Pokedex add-on I'm using in 1.5. Now let's talk about the other headlining feature, Pokerods. This new item lets you fish for Pokemon in the water. Crafting a Pokerod requires a Pokerod smithing template, a fishing rod, and a Pokeball. This type of Pokeball is purely cosmetic, so you can pick whichever you would like. Then, you'll need berries as bait. The type of berry you use influences the Pokemon you encounter or boosts you get while fishing. Now let's explore the new structures this update brings, starting with Pokemon centers. You can now find these in villages with their designs tailored to match each village type. Inside you'll find a healing machine, but don't bother trying to mine it since it only drops iron. Pokemon centers also introduce a new villager profession, the nurse, who specializes in trading healing related items. While I'm glad that Pokemon Centers are finally here, to me their design feels a little underwhelming. It's basically a bigger villager house with a banner. I was hoping for something a little more, but maybe that's just me. Moving on, there are abandoned fishing boats that spawn in warm ocean, deep ocean, and beach biomes. These boats have items like Pokerod smithing templates, fishing rods, and treasure maps. If you follow one of these maps, you'll find the next structure. Shipwreck Coves. There are 2 types of coves, the Lush Shipwreck Cove and the Submerged Shipwreck Cove. These underwater areas are filled with treasure, but they're guarded by trial spawners, so make sure you're well prepared before taking one on. This update also introduces Stonehenge-inspired ruins, which come in 3 variations. There's the Stonejourner ruins, home to Stonejourner, with a gimmickle chest in the middle of the structure. Then there's the Sol ruins, which feature a Sol rock and the Sunstone ore at the center. Hidden beneath the ore is another gimmickle chest. Similarly, the Lunar ruins are home to Lunatone, with the Moonstone ore in the middle and, you guessed it, a hidden gimmickle chest below. All 3 ruins also feature suspicious gravel that you can brush to uncover fossils and pottery sherds. Of course, the update wouldn't be complete without new Pokemon. This time, more than 70 new Pokemon are being introduced, including favorites like Milotic, Absol, Salvence, and Dodonzo. Additionally, a bunch of existing Pokemon models have also been updated. Then, a bunch of Pokemon, including Mew, Zorua, and Larvitar, were added to the list of Pokemon that you can now perch on your shoulder. They also made the quality of life change where pressing R or whatever button you use to let your Pokemon out will let these Pokemon dismount instead of returning to their Pokeballs. The update brings new blocks. Each type of Tumblestone now comes in polished and brick forms, each with a complete set of block variants to build with. Evolution stones can now be compacted into blocks, which can be great if your inventory is full of them, or if you just want new blocks to build with. Then there are 11 new held items, including Scope Lens, Throat Spray, and Metronome, which are not the most popular items, but it's good to have more options. Speaking of battles, you can now set the level of your Pokemon when challenging trainers to battle, to make sure that there is an even playing field. Then, the addition of double, triple, and multi-battles introduces a whole new level of strategy with team combos, team synergies, and more. The visual updates are equally exciting. Pokemon now have full evolution animations, making the previously anticlimactic process feel more immersive. They also added a little animation to trades, making it just a little more appealing. Then there are new animations for moves like Psychic, Crunch, Mist, and more, bringing extra flair to battles. My favorite animation is Seismic Toss. Just look how dynamic they made this animation. Even if you're lucky to find a shiny Pokemon, sometimes you can't tell if it's shiny, but now you'll see and hear it sparkling, so no more second guessing whether it's shiny. There are plenty of smaller tweaks too. Berries have been rebalanced, with the effect of bone meal being reduced. Pokemon that can't swim no longer sink in water battles. They'll appear on bamboo rafts instead. This way, your Pokemon doesn't have to drown anymore. Link cables are now cheaper to craft, now needing only an Ender Pearl, 2 copper ingots, and 2 quartz. Lastly, NPCs have been added but not fully implemented, only spawnable via command, since they're still a work in progress. You can battle with some of these NPCs, and if you defeat them, they'll look for the nearest healing station to heal up their Pokemon. The only currently available NPC with its own skin is Professor Sachi, who currently heals your Pokemon if she is near a healing machine. In the future, she might be the one to hand out starter Pokemon. And that's a rundown of everything coming in the Record Catch update. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. I had a big decision. Which starter should I choose? I went with Squirtle. Why? In Cobblemon, the Squirtle line has access to both Mega Evolution and Shell Smash,